Alleluia. 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 If today you hear God's voice, harden not your hearts. Alleluia. Alleluia. Alleluia.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Some of the scribes and Pharisees said to Jesus, "Teacher, we wish to see a sign from you." But Jesus answered them, "An evil and adulterous generation asks for a sign, but no sign will be given to it, except the sign of the people, the prophet Jonah. For just as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the sea monster, so for 3 days and 3 nights the Son of Man will be in the heart of the earth. The people of Nineveh will rise up at the judgment and this generation and condemn it, because they repented at the proclamation of Jonah, and see, something greater than Jonah is here. The queen of the south will rise up at the judgment with this generation and condemn it, because she came from the ends of the earth to listen to the wisdom of Solomon, and see, something greater than Solomon is here." Dear brothers, the gospel of the Lord. There's always so much we could say and so many directions we could go in. You know, the gospel reminds us beautifully how something more than Solomon is at work here. Something more than us is at play here. Something more than the way that we might think about certain circumstances in life and how we should handle them. Something more than all of that is present here. And usually, I find, when we have the sacrament of reconciliation, and even for any of us in our own thoughts, or when we're preparing a homily, where there's always a tendency to sort of look for, well, what did I do? Why did I do it? And why did I go in that direction? And so on and so forth. And certainly there is need for us to perform an examination of conscience. It's usually a good idea at the end of a day to sort of reflect on the day and see how did things go during that particular day. But in most cases, I think we tend to go maybe a little bit too far in trying to think about what should I do, what did I say, what can I say, how can I make reparation, and so on and so forth. And so in that respect, I think the readings today kind of show quite clearly, and basically we know what it is that we need to do, or how to do it, how to say it, and so on and so forth. The psalm today, that could be a good reflection for the day if there is something that we're trying to decide upon and to maybe seek a new direction. But in any case, if we take a look at the very end of the first reading, we hear here how he has told you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you but to do justice and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God? And so maybe sometimes, and again particularly at the end of the day, maybe that can be our simple reflection, and as simple as it is, it could point out everything that we really need to know. So sometimes we consider what we think the Lord might be asking us to do in a certain situation, and so we have all of these elaborate ideas and plans, when in fact, if we just kind of keep it simple and say, at this very moment, in this situation, what can I do to follow what the Scriptures are teaching us today in these various readings, so that we too can maybe maybe sometimes we need to be a little more humble in our approach so that indeed then we can walk humbly with our God.